the support, or the lack of support rather, that families are claiming that they haven't had over the past 2 years or so?
Well, good morning once again, Shante, and a warm welcome once again to SABC News viewers across the board. Well, as we have spoken to the families, we called a number of those families. You understand it's 5 families. One family was saying, of course, the one I told you about earlier, which the mother was saying he is struggling to take care of the child that was left by his son because there is no money, and that has been accorded to the son of the deceased. And also, again, we spoke to another father who was in Upper Tata. He was saying his son, before he passed away, he was building a house, so that house is standing idle, is standing still. No one is there to finish it. So what I get from the sense of these families was that the people that had perished were the breadwinners. So the money, which is around 200 and something thousand, which they had received as various families, is not enough. It was a once-off. The other mother was saying that he had received 100,000, and the other 150,000 was shared amongst the children of the deceased. So he was saying he used that 100,000 to bury the deceased. So that money is not enough as well. So they are not receiving enough attention as well. Of course, even the court case, they are not sure what is happening with the progress of the case. Hence, they were making claims that some families, some people who had died after their sons, some of their cases were fast-tracked, and then there was a sense of urgency in those cases, but their sons are still in limbo. They don't know what is happening. So they're also saying that they had met with the families, they had called each other, they wanted to pursue a legal action against the state, but they said again they had second thoughts, thinking that because there are people who are in the subaltern of society, they are ordinary people, there is no way that they can take on the states head on with the legal fees and everything that is coming on. They are saying, of course, there are lawyers who are coming to them who want to pursue the case pro bono, but as well these families are genuine families, people from the rural areas. They are saying they want to give government a benefit of the doubt, to come to them to say what is going to happen, because their sons had died and perished with their boots on. They had perished while they were on duty trying to guard this society. They were here at the civil society station, this police station here behind me. It has a remembrance site with the pictures and a little notes which are accorded to those deceased, hailing them as heroes, but their families, they are saying they do not view them as heroes. They do not believe that they are viewed as heroes because their families are still suffering. Even the people who died in mines, that they use that analogy, are still being taken care of, but their families are not taken care of. The mother was saying even when he comes to town running his her errands, and then he goes to the police station, he bumps to the picture of her son who was never compensated enough by being a civilian, by being a person who dedicated his life to guarding this country, was never paid enough. So he's saying this is a painful reminder. He doesn't want to see this remembrance site here. He's saying instead he sees it as a mockery to them as families. So those families are quite desolate, they're quite destitute. They need help. They say their sons had died in vain. They want any sort of help, because every time the police have those remembrance days, they called their sons of the deceased to come and play, to come and have those commemorations, and then they send them back with little balls and candles and toys. But they're saying that is not enough, because those kids need to be raised and they need to be well taken care of. So that is the situation. So those are the dynamics that they are facing. So they are saying they're still giving the state the benefit of the doubt to see if they can be compensated, to at least have a sort of a closure, because their sons will never return. But this will maybe give them a sort of a relief a bit, if I may put it that way, Shante.
Now, Athule, this is a case that shocked the nation and, of course, the immediate community in Ngcobo. Earlier on in the package, it was also relayed that the community somewhat lives in fear and they live in silence. And at the homestead of where this had taken place, with the onsuit of the other 7 suspects, it seems as though things seem to be going on as normal. What is the view or the sense from the community of Ngcobo with regards to this case and how things have taken an about turn?
Well, there's still a sense of fear amongst the people here, because every time we meet people we talk to, even now as I am setting my cameras up here, they are asking what is happening, and when I tell them, they are taken aback. You would sense a sense of fear in their eyes. We also took a drive from the village of the church that was used as a hideout by the suspect, which was also shot there. We tried to speak to the neighbors to try and get a sense of how they are feeling now, which we wanted to put in the package, but they were quite in fear, because the things are back in normal at the homestead of that church. And you know that the sort of crimes that those people who were found in the church are charged with, so they do not want to take any chances. They are saying, we don't want to say things on TV, and the next thing you leave us here behind, and we had to face the wrath all alone. And another thing, Shanti, which happened during the time of the murder of those policemen, was that the cars and a fleet of luxury vehicles were seized from that homestead there. But what I've seen now, the people told us off the record that the cars are back there. I am sure maybe there was lack of sufficient evidence as well there. So the luxury cars are there. People still go there, and there's this sense of fear amongst the society that those people still have gained their power back. So they do not want to say anything that will jeopardize and put their lives in jeopardy or in danger. So that is the general feeling amongst the people here. They want to see this case sort of being put to an end, and also maybe the government to sort of maybe have stringent measures to deal with what is happening, to make sure that this does not occur again in future, Shanti.
Thank you very much, Athule Joka.